Hello, geniuses. I am so grateful and excited to be here for session 2 of our live coachings. I've done some spontaneous ones this week just to say hello. I'll be doing a lot of them as well, but I'm really, really excited to be with you right here, right now. Please do say hello. I'd love to give you a shout out. Love to say we've had an amazing, amazing first week, haven't we? Let's do this, says Richard. I love it. Ronnie Rich, great to see you here, my man. Becky, wonderful to see you. Ricky, great to see you. Stacy, Jadine, Dipti, fantastic to have all of you here right now. Keela, great to see you. Aaron, wonderful to see you here. Michelle, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday if it's Sunday. Happy Monday if it's Monday. Wherever you are in the world, I'm so grateful to be with you right now. Kept on counting till the live started. Well, we're always starting on time here. Afternoon, everyone. It hasn't been that long, Dipti. I've been around. It's been a week at max, and I did some spontaneous lives. Press the like button, press the love button. I want to see that energy fly across screen. Hey, Natalie. Danny, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Esme, wonderful to see you. Sam, I'm looking forward to the session too. I've been waiting for this all week, and I want to tell you a bit about my week as well. It's been a very interesting week. I get to share with you all the stuff that I don't always share publicly as well. It's one of the great things as being geniuses. So I really expect that when I share some of these private things, please keep them in our group, keep them in our community, because these are certain personal experiences that I've had from amazing people I'm meeting, the people I'm spending time with, that I get to share with you in our special community because you've chosen to be geniuses, because you've chosen to commit to really grow, to be here. I'm committing to sharing more of my life and what I'm up to with you as well. So I'll be doing that. Carolyn, hello. Farana, Angela, Jennifer, Dipti, Tammy, Aaron, Kanita, Lisa, Christina. First time live, awesome. Stacy, Carrie, Rachel, Marcus, Cavit, Kinjal. Fantastic to see you, Dawn. Crystal, Bettina. Okay, awesome. So let me give you a quick overview. I'm going to start with a bit of a what have I been up to, because I want to share with you a bit of my personal experiences in the last week or two. Does that sound like a good idea? Say yes in the comments if you do want to know about what I've been up to as well in these sessions. If you don't want to know, say no as well. I'm absolutely open for that as well. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to the curriculum for the next 12 months. These next 12 months of your life, I mean, this is a rolling program. It's going to go on for 24 months, 36 months. It's always going to continue, and we're always going to redefine the content every year. But this year, I'm going to focus in on the building blocks and the foundation. Now, I know a lot of people say to me, they're like, Jay, I already know motivation. I already know positivity. I already know self-development. Now, when I learned as a monk, one of the most incredible things that I came across is that if you're truly deep, you're truly realized, you will get so much more even from the basics or the foundations than even just the most amazing thing. Too many people believe that they need the top always, like they want that PhD level, but you haven't even nailed GCSE or university level, your undergrad level. You can't nail PhD level. So a lot of people know a lot, but we don't apply a lot. And that's why this program is all about how you have knowledge, meditation, and application. We are going to do a meditation as well today. So just saying hello, I'm going off all your energy. Dawn, Navia, Jeanette from Switzerland, and a big yes. Michelle says yes. Steve, hello. Kanita, Lisa says yes, love it. Vitalija says yes. Vitalija, I hope I'm saying your name right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jadine says share in capitals. Keela, yes, please. Awesome. This is fantastic. So I will start with telling you about what I've been up to. I'll then introduce you to the curriculum, which I can't wait to share with you, because this curriculum is what I've defined. And I've used a bunch of great concepts and foundations from other teachers. And over the next 12 months, we'll be applying it. So I want you to commit to this program today, right? All I'm asking for you is your commitment. That over the next 12 months, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but we're going to transform your life. We're going to change your life. I put out a video a few months ago about a talk I gave to university students. And I was saying that I actually had, and this is not on the video, I've had 2 to 3 near-death experiences. One was a car accident, which was really bad, ended up in hospital. Another near-death experience that I've had was when I was much younger and I had a concussion that was extremely bad from getting involved in some things I shouldn't have been involved in. And the third one, if I remember correctly, was all around some of my breathing challenges that I had as a younger kid, not asthma, much worse. And so whenever I had that, I noticed that the doctors and I all wanted a line that did this, right? We didn't want a line that did this. This lifeline means that you're living. This means that you're dead. Life is ups and downs. Death is stagnant. In life, on this group, in your community, you're going to have ups and downs. There's going to be times when you're going to be, I don't want to commit anymore. I want to get out. Jay, I can't do this anymore. I can't focus. I can't learn anymore. And the truth is, that's the time. When you're in your most pain, that's when you realize your most potential. My mentor said that to me. And I only realized that last year when I decided that I was just going to serve and figure out how to do what I love every day completely. And I realized that when you're in your most pain, that's when you realize what your true potential is. When you're just coasting, you don't really know. So when you have that moment, I want you to reach out to people in this group. When you have that moment, I want you to use each other as a reminder to say, no, I'm staying committed. We've got a 12-month curriculum here. We've got a 12-month plan here. Jay's going to take us through, and then we're going to upgrade and go to the next level. But for now, this plan, this curriculum that I'm sharing with you is truly going to be life-changing. I promise you that. Roller coaster of life. Crystal, I'm so glad that you're here as well. Serene, you will survive. Rami says, yes, I'm committed. Lisa says committed. Crystal says, since finding you, I've been on a high. Thank you, Crystal. Dipti says, totally committed, Jay. Awesome. So I'll tell you about what I've been up to for the last 2 weeks. Oh, wait, Sam says, oh my gosh, I was just talking about this idea this morning. No one wants ordinary all the time. We need downs and lows. They make us feel big highs. And that's the thing, Sam, just to add to that. The problem is because we celebrate our highs so big, we feel our lows so bad. The mindset has to be equipoised in ups and downs. But we should know that externally there'll be ups and downs. So internally we stay like this, but externally there's this. But internally we stay focused. I love that, Natalie. Pain means pay attention inward now. I love that. I'd never heard that before. And so thank you so much for sharing that. And I love that you did that with your group. Everyone, I don't know if you saw Natalie's picture. I'm very engaged in the group. I look at most things. I try and comment on everything I can. But Natalie actually had a group where she was teaching some of the things that I'd shared. So I'm glad that you're using it. Farhana's committed to the curriculum. Trudy and Steve are completely committed. Marie says committed. Okay, so a quick overview. Committed since day one, says Andreas. Mahek, thank you. Aaron's committed. Awesome. So Varsha says, I felt like I knew so much before I joined this group, but over the past week, I felt like I seriously need to keep quiet more. Weird, hey? Varsha, even me, when you're the smartest person in the room, change rooms, right? Like, and if you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, that's the problem. So for the last 2 weeks, for the last 3 weeks, I was in Vegas for 1 week, which you're probably wondering, well, Jay, what were you doing in Vegas? So I'll tell you what I was doing in Vegas. I was there for CES, which is the largest consumer electrics conference, 200,000 people from all over the world. I worked with a brand that was launching a whole new video campaign on virtual reality, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robots. And you may be thinking, Jay, what are you doing about technology? So this huge company, it's worth $8 billion. They reached out to me and they said, Jay, we want you to create videos that help talk about technology. And I said, well, I'll only do it if I get to talk about technology with my opinion, which is about humanity. I'm so much more interested in what humans and people can achieve than what robots can achieve. We're so busy looking at the potential of robots that we're forgetting the potential of people. And I'm more interested in giving my energy to the potential of people, right? So I made this series of videos. You can see them on YouTube. They're some of my best, most exciting pieces of work for me because I really got to share, right? I really got to offer what I really believed in. So I talk about how virtual reality could be used to increase empathy, if we could see things through the eyes of other people. I talked a lot about how imagine if robots are only manipulative because we are. So if we stop being manipulative, then anything we create will be less manipulative. If we need to process big data, we need insight and intuition, which requires meditation. I didn't do any slots. I didn't do any gambling because I believe that the best bet that you can place is on yourself. So that's where I was placing my bets. That's where I was. So that was CES. I was there for a week. I was also recording a brand new course my first ever course online. I've done a lot of offline courses. My first ever online course that I can't wait to share with you will be out in a couple of months. You'll find out first, which is actually going to take you through a method that I created to help people very deeply with their passions and purpose. Can't wait to share that with you as well. I then spent 2 weeks in LA. So I decided that I wanted to start my 2018 building relationships. It was the best decision I ever made. Right? If you haven't seen those YouTube videos, go and check them out. I'll post them in our group as well. But I spent 2 weeks in LA and I loved it. I spent it investing in relationships and I made so many wonderful connections I can't wait to share with you. One of them was with my good friend Lewis Howes. Many of you may know Lewis Howes from his podcast, The School of Greatness. I've got an episode on his podcast. He interviewed me. He's built several multi-million dollar businesses, sold them online. He's really about motivating people, inspiring people. He's interviewed some incredible people, really, really people at the top of their game. He was kind enough to invite me onto the show, wanted to know my story, loved sharing it with him. He invited me to speak at his mastermind with his group, sharing almost his genius group, but a much smaller audience live as to what they could learn from me. And it was incredible, like just the exchange that I had with people there. It was wonderful. Made very good friends with Tom Bilyeu. Tom Bilyeu invented Quest bars, the nutrition bars, if you know what they are. We had some great exchanges as to how we want to make wisdom go viral and how we believe that educational content needs to be entertaining. And that was a fascinating conversation. I also connected very closely with a few other important people that you may not know, but just realizing the value of relationships. Just realizing the value of relationships, right? I also, yes, Chirag, I was just also on the Tai Lopez show, and a lot of people said like, oh, you're reaching out to Tai, how's that happening? And Tai actually reached out to me. He wanted to talk about ancient books and wisdom. I spoke a lot about the Bhagavad Gita. Ronnie likes Quest. I'm not surprised, Ronnie. Ronnie's the fit banker, by the way. If you're looking for fitness advice, he's your man to go to. So definitely check him out. Ronnie Rich, he's on the Genius Group as well. Has a beautiful platform called Fit Banker from his past days where you'll be able to see the pictures and the story. I can't wait for me to interview Tom. Yeah, well, my interview with him's coming out. He's been reaching out to me for a while, and it was so nice to build a really strong relationship with Tom as well. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Jen's giving a nice shout out. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. The point I'm trying to make is that I built these incredible relationships. Just those three people, Tom Bilyeu, Lewis Howes, Tai Lopez, they've been reaching out to me, went out there, met them, built some awesome relationships, which was fantastic. Met a lot of other people that you may not know. And really just investing, not in wanting to get anything out of it, but just to grow relationships, to deepen my relationships. Spent time with a good friend of mine who also built another incredible app. She's a great role model for women and business women as well. Amy's joined Instagram just for me. Waiting for your interview with Lewis Howes. So the point I'm making is that what I'm sharing with you in these groups, first of all, is your community is so powerful. That's my community. Like, those are the people that I spend my most time with. Lewis Howes, Tom Bilyeu, Tai Lopez a bit as well. But then I've got people in the city in New York that I spend time with. Some of which you've seen me interview. Gabby, I met Gabby out in LA, which is amazing. We're friends from New York, met out in LA. Gabby Bernstein. I interviewed her for her new book called The Judgment Detox, which I spoke about. Some of you joined that live as well. The point I'm making is that's my community. You become the average of the 5 people you most spend time with, right? You become the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. That's my 5 people. You've got 1,000 people here that you can connect with. It's incredible who's in this group. And I'm so glad you're making the most of it. I want to say congratulations for being here for a week, right? Congratulations for getting through the first week and growing from it and being here and being present. And if you're watching this on the replay, this applies to you as well. The value of a relationship, I was just saying that you've got so many relationships here and I want you to grow that. Angela, I missed the Skid Row Carnival because that's when I was on a flight back to New York and my good friend Justin Baldoni had invited me. So I'm really gutted I missed out. So these are the people I'm spending time with. So I'm giving you their wisdom and mine and you're giving me yours and I love it. So let's keep the energy, make that commitment. We've got 12 months. This is the curriculum that I'm sharing with you. Now this that I'm sharing with you is my adaptation from it. because I don't fully agree with some of the stuff that was said, but I've looked at the Wheel of Life from people like Zig Ziglar, looked at the Wheel of Life from people like Brian Dyson, and this Wheel of Life are really the key elements of life. And there's around 7 elements of life that we have to master in order to live a good life. There are 7 areas of our life that can either be causing us pain or either be causing us progress. So the 7 areas that I'm going to share with you, we're going to look at them month by month by month. And then you're going, Jay, but there's 12 months. What are we going to do for the rest of the 5? The rest of the 5, I'm actually going to give you the 5 key mindsets that help you grow in those areas. But I'm going to start by talking about the Wheel of Life and the key areas that exist in the Wheel of Life, because often what we do is we don't really understand and know how to analyze where that pain is coming from and where potential is guiding us. We're really good at noticing pain and feeling it, but we're not good at noticing potential and growing it. And at different phases of our life, different things arise. So I want you to make notes. I want to see the beautiful paintings. I want to see the beautiful artworks. I want to see your notes, whatever they are. I'm really grateful that you're in this community. Today's session is teeing up the curriculum for the rest of the year. Let me just check this right now. Yeah. So I want to share with you the curriculum. We're getting into it week by week. I don't just want to rush into content, because I really want to show you the journey that we're going on, because the journey is really where you win, right? We win when we progress through a journey as opposed to just grabbing bits and pieces here and there. So this is the Wheel of Life, or as I actually like to call it, the Chakra of Life. Chakra in Sanskrit is wheel. So the Chakra of Life, or disc actually. Chakra is disc, the disc of life. And the reason why I like the Circle of Life, not just being inspired by Lion King, that's a part of it, but here is what we have. You were missing this, Ashish? Well, I'm here. We promised these sessions once a week, so I'm here. Once a week. I've also thrown in a couple of other ones as well. Carolyn just says, Jay, you described me. I noticed the pain. Yeah, how many of us are so good at spotting the pain in our life, but we're not able to spot the progress? Will you post the curriculum in the members site? Yes, we will figure that out as well. And I just wanted to say this to you all. Thank you for being patient about the videos from the 6 Ps. We've figured out a way to get it here. Our team's been working on it this week. And thank you for those who've posted. So we'll do that. So I'm sharing with you the Circle of Life, right? Circle of Life. And these are the 7 key areas. You've got personal and social. You've got work and career. You've got family. You've got financial. You've got mind and intellect. You've got physical health. And you've got spiritual. Now, I'm going to be bringing on a few people to help share some of the stuff here as well, and bringing in their ideas to share as well when we talk about these areas. So these are the 7 areas, right? And I'll put this out later on in the group. Personal and social, work and career, family, finance, mind and intellect, physical health, and spiritual. The 7 areas, right? Paula says it's a light bulb moment. Awesome. And this is where we go. So those are the 7 key areas, right? And I'll explain a bit by what I mean by them. And the challenge, the reason why I'm pointing this out is often we set goals or make a plan or a vision or growth, and we do them in isolation. We go, I want to grow this area of my life. But we don't think about how that affects the rest of the circle. It's like a cake, right? It's like a pie. If I focus in on taking a bigger piece of this side of the cake, it means there's less left over this side. And the way I divide it and give my priorities, that's what I'm going to get back. I call this the rule of 100. We have 100% to split across 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas of our life, however you see it. And we have to realize that what you're putting in is what you're getting out. And people often get confused by this. So even if you group some of those areas, let's say you grouped finance and work, and for now we group mind and intellect and spiritual, and you have 5 key areas, right? If you have 5 key areas or 7 key areas, let's say you took 5 and you have the rule of 100, which is my rule, a rule of 100, where you split your 100. So I want you to do this right now. I want you to write down personal and social, right? I want you to write down work and finance, family, spiritual and mental, and physical health. So write down Personal, work, family, spirituality, health. Remember the example I gave of Brian Dyson. In life, we're juggling 5 balls. I've expanded them for our curriculum, but let's just go back to that 5 balls. We're juggling these 5 balls, and it's hard, right? It's very challenging to juggle these 5 balls. And Brian Dyson said that the bouncing ball is work. It will always bounce back up. The other ones are glass balls. They'll leave a blemish. So why am I sharing this? What I'm saying is, if you split up your rule of 100, how would you split it up in terms of giving priority? So there's 5 areas. Split up 100% as percentages in each of those 5 and tell me how would you want to break it up in 2018? How would you want to break it up in 2018? Right? Tell me about that. Only one comes back up, Crystal. That's work. Is a bouncing ball. The others are glass. They get hurt. So where is everyone? So tell me now. Session's not loading for a couple of you. I'm live right now, guys. I'm here. Can you hear me? Comment if you can hear me. Press the like and love button. Seems to have been some processing here. I'm right here. If it cuts off, I'll just go live again. Can't hear anything? That's weird. I'm totally live. Same position. Some of you are having an issue. Some of you are having an issue. What's going on? Angel says, are we going to touch on how to better help our children to be better individuals? Yes, we are. That comes in the family section, as I mentioned. This is why each of those areas, notice each of these areas, you can hear me? Everyone can hear me? Press the like and love button if you can hear me. Perfect, I'm here. So, the way I see it is that the reason why I've chosen to do this curriculum this way is because I want to help you with the pain in that area, and I want you to help you with progress and potential with that area. I don't want you to feel that we're not touching on the areas that create your life. Now, a lot of you say that you'd like balance. Very interesting, right? That's what everyone says. Everyone says we'd like 20%, 20%. So those having issues, Ashley says sign out and sign back in. So just log out, log back into the conversation. But most people will say they'll do 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. Everyone wants balance in life. I've got Maya, good question. That's what I'm speaking about right now. Heather says, I want to give 100% in all areas because they all work together. I think that percentage will always fluctuate. They're interdependent. Yes, absolutely. And Tula says, I think it fluctuates depending on what you focus on. Beautiful. I'm back, Carolyn. I would divide all equally up by 20%. So I just want to, I think Facebook crashed for a few people, Viraj. Thanks for getting back in. Now, some of you lost me, so hopefully you didn't miss out enough. The question I asked is, you've got these 5 areas of your life. I call it the rule of 100. How do you split it? A lot of people are saying 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. A lot of you are saying that it actually depends what you prioritize. Balance is hard. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to share something with you. Balance is a myth. For anyone who wants to grow, who wants to be successful, who wants any happiness in life, balance is a myth. Listen to this carefully. If you take away one message from this piece, I want you to realize this. Right? Just realize this for a moment. You can have it all, just not all at the same time. The biggest challenge in life is that we try to have it all at the same time. And balance is different in quantity and quality. We believe that balance is equally splitting our time, not thinking about what it means to equally split our energy. I'm going to share these principles with you today, right? So today we're actually teeing ourselves up for the curriculum. We're not diving into the areas. I'm actually teaching you the mindset. But the first principle I want you to remember is you can have it all, just not all at the same time. When you say that to yourself, it frees you of pressure, stress, obligation, expectation, and all of that. And I'll explain what I mean. What I mean is that life is more like phases. The Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita that I studied very deeply when I lived as a monk, talks about this principle. It said that there are 3 things that we're always told we need in life to be successful. Health, wealth, and time. Who would disagree? Balance, Rinki, is a myth in the way we know it. I'm going to redefine balance in this, what I like to call dynamic balance. I'm going to share what that means. You're going to learn about these new principles in this session. But you need to recognize, Barbara, I'm glad it's profound. I'm glad you're understanding this. And even if you say, I know that, Jay, theoretically, I guarantee you in your life, you're feeling pain in areas because you're trying to balance. You're feeling pressure in areas because you want to be everything. You want to be Superman or Wonder Woman. You want to be able to do everything and crush everything. And even if you say, Jay, I know balance isn't real, you're still trying to achieve it. The reason why you're finding pain is that you're still trying to achieve that balance and you're feeling that pain and pressure. So even if you know that theoretically, Jay, I know, I've heard this before. There's no such thing as balance, but you're still aiming for it. You're still aspiring for it. So I'm going to teach you how to apply that today, right? I love that, says Maya. You can have it all, just not all at the same time. Chirag, thanks for putting in there. Fazia says personal 25, work 15, family 20, spiritual 15, health 25. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So right now I need to work on my personal growth. Rachel says, thank you, amazing. Awesome. So the first principle, you can have it all, just not all at the same time. It's so natural in life. Let's just look at those three areas the Bhagavad Gita talks about. Wealth, health, and time. Everyone wants those three things, needs those three things, and lives like that. So I'm giving you the concept. Mahek says, this is true. I find myself pulled in different directions and not knowing where to spend my energy. Barbara says, we're conditioned to think like that. It's hugely disruptive and so needed. Your real talk. Thank you, Barbara. Exactly. We're so brainwashed to believe that everything needs equal attention that we give no attention to ourselves, right? We lose that. That's how I feel, says Crystal, splitting my time. Exactly. We look at balance and we look at splitting time. You know what I look at? I look at sharing energy. I focus on managing my energy more than I focus on managing my time. It's called energy management. I use energy management. This is my personal principle of how I teach. It's called energy management. I live energy management. People say, Jay, how do you manage your time? I say, I do, but I manage my energy more. It's all about energy management. If Facebook keeps crashing, I have no idea what it is because I'm right here and it's working. Family is there. Family's in the... So remember, the 5 key areas are personal, work, family, spiritual, and health. Those are your 5 areas. So family's in the 5, but I'm teeing you up, helping you with understanding and contextualizing. Now, the Bhagavad Gita talks about, the Vedas talk about how at the early stage of life, right? How at the early stage of life, you have a lot of time and you have a lot of health most of the time when you're a kid, but you don't have a lot of wealth. Unless your parents are very wealthy, which isn't for a lot of people, including me, you don't have a lot of wealth. So you have 2 out of 3. When you get older, you get to being middle-aged, 30s, etc., 40s, 50s, you end up with a lot, you have wealth, you have some money enough, you have time, but when you're trying to make money, before you get to that, when you're trying to make money, you have a lot of wealth and you have health with you, but you lose your time. As we get busier in life, how many people feel that? You get busier in life, right? And then finally, at the end of our lives, we have a lot of time. We may have enough money, but we lose our health. We can have it all, just not all at the same time. You can try to prolong, to help, to create. Of course, I want you to be healthy for the rest of your life. I want you to be wealthy for the rest of your life. I want you to be healthy, wealthy, and wise for the rest of your life. But what I'm saying is that when we simply split ourselves accordingly and expect each one to come back, it doesn't work like that. When you put 20 into something, what do you think is going to come back? 20. When you put 60 into something, what's going to come back? 60. When you put 80 into something, what's going to come back? 80. When you put back 10 into something, what's going to come back? 10. You always receive what you put in energy. The problem is we're so busy giving our time equally that we haven't focused on energy management. And we think that time, quantity, has to be equal versus what I believe has to be equal is quality. Guys, I'm actually sharing some mind-blowing stuff right now. I hope it's resonating because this really is powerful, powerful stuff to go straight to the root of why we're struggling, right? We're struggling because we don't understand these simple principles. So when we're going to approach this circle of life together as a group, I'm going to grow you for 12 months through this circle of life. I'm sharing with you how to view your life. I'm sharing with you how to change your perspective on life. Do not think of equality and commitment as just time. Don't think of commitment and equality and priority as just quantity. We think of breaking down our time and everything we do based on quantity and time, when actually what I want you to be focusing on also is quality and energy. Right? Notice the difference. There is a difference between time and quantity and quality and energy. There is a difference. And today we're switching from just talking about quantity of time to quality of time, and we're switching from just talking about time to energy. Right? Steve says, absolutely resonates with us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. Angel says, love how you break all that down. Never heard of that saying before. Management of energy. It's mine. It's my personal principle, Angel. I waste time sometimes to avoid reality, says Alison. Prashani says, I love it. It's profound. It's really great to hear. This is deep. It totally makes sense. Mittal says, thank you, Jay. This is what I wanted to learn at this stage of my life. Ashley says, I'm back. Dina, totally is. I always have a tough time putting all my all in each area. You can't. You can't put your all in each areas. You can have it all, just not all at the same time. It will relieve you of so much pressure. It will relieve you. It's the same with the group. A lot of you are like, oh, do I have to be in the group every day? I talked about it last week. You're in a river. Just breathe. Just go with the flow. You dip in and dip out. You don't have to read every message all of the time. Read the messages you like some of the time. The group is for you to have an endless flowing river of wisdom to dive into. There is no pressure. There is no judgment. There is no guilt. There is no push or force. Remind everyone, right? We've got a quarter of the group here, which is amazing. Christy says, I am mind blown. This is amazing. Awesome. This is great, guys. I'm loving it. Priya loves the energy concept. Gretchen, giving 120% for 10 minimum gives us so much. So I'm sharing with you these beautiful thoughts. And the first principle I'm trying to share with you is we are not looking to give equal time and effort to these areas in 2018. There will be some areas of your life that needs less focus because you've managed them before. So some of you may already be quite fit and healthy. You figured out a regime that time and energy only needs 10% to keep it going, to keep it the same. Right? You can manage it. Some of you may have already figured out your work and career, so you can put less energy there because it's already growing. You figured it out. And you shift onto another part of your working career. But some of you may say, actually, Jay, I just need to start with myself. So we're switching from time and quantity to energy and quality. We're not completely ignoring time management, but I want you to realize that priority is as much quantity as it is quality, and priority is as much time as it is energy. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a really good example. I am spending 1 hour a week giving you a coaching session live in this group. Right? That's my commitment. That's what you've signed up for. I'm here. We're doing this. Look how incredible this is. If you're watching this on the replay, I love you as well, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm giving you every piece of energy I have in this hour. Some people, 1 hour is a long time for coaching, right? Even if you're doing one-on-one, 1 hour is a long time for coaching. The point is you're getting my full energy. You're getting 100% of my energy. In this group on the week, I'm interacting, you're getting 100% of my energy. And you feel loved, you feel cared for. I get messages from all of you daily saying, Jay, I'm loving the group. The group's changed my life. I'm finding my answers. I've become best friends with people. Jay, this group has, made a massive difference in how I feel day to day. Jay, the group is exactly what I needed. I'm getting tons of messages, positive messages from all of you every day. Why? Because I'm giving you 100% energy. Even if no one can give you 100% time. But notice how energy can make up for time. How many times have you spent time with people where they haven't got any energy and you haven't got any energy? And all you're sharing is time. That's not the greatest exchange. The most beautiful exchange is the exchange of energy. That's the exchange. So when you have me, I'm giving you all my energy. When I'm preparing, I'm giving you all my energy. I'm giving you every ounce of energy that I have available. Giving your energy is powerful, not just giving your time. We live in a world where I was at a restaurant last week with my videographer. My videographer, Paul Brazil, love him to bits. He flew to LA with me. We've got some incredible videos coming up. I cannot wait to share them with you. Got some amazing videos coming up. And yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm like so excited. Anyway, so he was with me. We were going out on our bromance dates at night, having dinner together. We were spending the whole day together, going to this beautiful restaurant, vegan place called Crossroads in LA. It's an upmarket restaurant, very, very nice. Me and my friend were there, spending a lot of good time together, having a conversation. We really get along. So when we talk, we never have our phones out, even though, you know, he's a videographer, I'm social media, but we're just enjoying all of our time. And what happens is that we look at a couple next to us. We were in that restaurant for about 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. Yeah, probably 1.5 hours. And I kid you not. I kid you not. The couple next to us did not talk to each other for 1.5 hours. I'm not lying. I'm not even lying. Right? I'm not even lying. This couple did not talk to each other for 1.5 hours. They were on their phones. They were staring at each other. They were staring into space. They did not talk to each other. They spent time together. So according to their time management schedule, tick, spent 1 hour with the girlfriend. Spent 1.5 hours with the girlfriend. Tick, time management. No one looks at energy management. Energy, 0. Think about this for a moment. What do you value in life? What do you value in life? Do you value someone's energy or do you value just their time? Notice what you actually value. We say, all I want is your time. That's not true. What you're actually saying is, all I want is your energy. Danny, it's so true that that's all you see, right? But listen to the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to make the point that we're on technology. We're not. Focus on the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that we say things like, all I want is your time. But you're not saying that. What you're actually saying is, all I want is your energy. Right? This is a huge aha moment, Keela says, as Oprah says. Yes, it's a huge aha moment. We say we want people's time, but actually what we want is their energy. It's not about this couple. It's about something much bigger, which is a message for all of you. Right? Much bigger for all of you. We're looking for people's energy. If someone gave you 5 minutes but gave you all their energy, versus someone gave you an hour and they were on their phone, you'd value that 5 minutes more. I guarantee it. It's obvious. You'd value it more. So, the task that I'm going to ask you to do this week, it's a little bit of homework, very easy. It's not hard at all. It won't take you long because it's what you can do in your day today. I want you to just create a diary, a log of how you spend your time and what takes the most energy in these 5 areas. So personal, work and career, family, health, and spirituality or the mind, whatever you want to call it. Those are the 5 areas. I want you to log how you split your time currently and how you split your energy currently. For example, I'll give you an example. I spend time-wise, right? Time-wise, I'll give you my areas. Personal, and the best way to do it is look at an average day. Don't do it as a week. Look at an average day. So I'll give you an example. My personal care for my day, my personal investment, I spend around 3 to 4 hours a day that I'm awake. Don't count the sleep part, which sleep also counts as personal, but don't count the sleep part. Count the hours you're awake. So I'm awake. Let's say I get a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm awake for 16 hours a day. I spend a good 4 hours on meditation, reading, and personal growth. So according to time, 25% of my time is spent on personal growth, right? Now, I spend a good probably 10 hours working every day because I want to create amazing products, right? I want to create amazing things, right? So I'm spending over around, if you look at that, like 60% of my time, 50 to 60% of my time working, creating for all of you, sharing with all of you. I spend about 30 minutes to 40 minutes exercising every day, maybe an hour and a half if I'm walking, which has become a great discipline for me. Much smaller percentage, but it manages my health. My spirituality and personal are very closely connected. And there you go. So what I want you to do is look at your hours that you're awake, and I want you to tell how you split up your time. Now notice what my energy is. My energy is always top with the area that I'm in. I'm always trying to bring the best energy, even if I don't give it the most time. I'll tell you what I mean. If I'm speaking to my mum on the phone, now I'm traveling, I'm in a different time zone, I'll try and speak to my mum as regularly as I can. And if I speak to her, even for 10 minutes, I'm going to bring all my energy. I'm going to bring all my energy because my mum, I love her. I'm going to bring everything I have. I'm going to bring all my energy. So time does not equal energy. Sometimes you can invest less time into something, but you can bring your energy. Health. So if you're bringing less time to something, you can do it with higher energy. And if you're giving more time to something, you have to preserve your energy. So when I meditate, it's very relaxing. I'm bringing my energy and focus to it, but it's relaxing. I'm doing it for a long period of time when I'm reading. So this is what I want you to do. All I want you to do for the next week is keep a log of how you split up your time daily and how you're splitting up your energy. I just want you to become aware. Remember, step 1 in this practice of application is first awareness, right? First awareness. Whatever I teach in this group, the first thing we're going to do is grow your awareness of where you're at, right? Awareness. The second thing we'll do, right? The second thing after awareness, and we'll do this next week, not this week, we'll do this next week. So you definitely want to be there for next week's session. I've done it a bit later than today, but you got to be there. Awareness, the second stage that we'll take is we will amend. Now that we're aware, we can make amendments as to how we want to practice it, right? And then what we'll do is we'll apply. These are our 3 steps. Awareness, amendments, application. And what we do here is that we then go round. It's cyclical. It doesn't stop there. It's not like bang, done it. We then go back to being aware with our new test and experiment. We then amend it again, and then we apply. Aware, amend, apply. Aware, amend, apply. Aware, amend, apply. We keep doing that until we get into the zone of how it works. I don't break down my 4 hours of personal growth in one go. It's 1.5 hours of meditation in the morning, half an hour later, and 1 hour of reading, 1 hour of hearing a podcast or a lecture split up. But this is how we're going to do it. So all I want you to do is for the next week, look at these 5 areas, only 5. I'm going to simplify it. Personal, work, family. Personal is you, work, family, your spirituality, and your health. How do you split that in terms of time at the moment? And how do you split that in terms of energy? Try and take your most average day, the day that you live most in your life, and split it based on that day. The difference between time and energy is that things in time don't have to be equal because we bring more energy to them. I may spend more time with, I'm making this up, you may spend more time with your family, but you're on your phone or you're watching TV. That's no energy. It's not taking any energy. So would you rather spend less time with your family but increase the energy? Right? You've always got both. So I could spend an hour with my family on the weekend, but they've got the best of me rather than 10 hours with no energy. Does that make sense? You may spend 9 hours a day at work, but you're not doing any work. You're not bringing any energy to it. So could you work harder for 6 hours and then use 3 hours at work to focus on your hobby? The way you calculate energy, so calculating time we all know. The reason why we don't know how to calculate energy is we've never done it before. The way you calculate energy is assessing how engaged you are at that time. And you can do that on a scale out of a rule of 100 as well. How engaged are you at that time? So your time's easy. How much are you spending out of your 16 hours? That's how you measure your time. Your energy is measured by out of 100%. Are you bringing 50% to the activity, 60, 70? So if you've got an activity that you spend 9 hours at and you're being 50% of your energy, that means you've still got 50% of your energy in that time that you could be doing something else. I'll give you an example. When I used to work in the corporate world, I realized that most people did what most people did in 9 to 12 hours at work, I could do in about 6. So I'd get that work done. I'd give full energy to it, get it done in 6 hours. And then I'd spend the rest of my energy working on other stuff that I was excited about. Other things that made me feel excited. Other things that engaged me. Right? Are energy, focus, and attention synonymous? Asked Chirag. They're not synonymous, but you can use them as synonyms in this activity, right? Like when I say, like, are you bringing your energy? I am saying, are you bringing your focus? Are you bringing your attention? Right? Awesome, right? This is great. I hope you're loving this, guys. Right? So think about it. So first principle, I've introduced you to the circle of life. This is your circle, right? The second thing, in the circle of life, you can have it all, just not all at the same time. That's step 2. Principle 3 is that time and quantity are as important as energy and quality, right? Principle 4 is that you're going to focus on awareness, and we're going to do aware, amend, apply. Aware, amend, apply. Right? Aware, amend, apply. We're not just saying that as you've solved this, we're going to roll into it. Aware, amend, apply. We're going to go through that cycle. And you can't do everything at 100%. I'll give you an example. When I'm traveling, which takes my time, which takes a lot of time, I'm not giving my energy. I'm just preserving energy. I'm getting ready. I'm not wasting my time on a conversation with the driver in my Uber. Not because they're not wonderful people. They're wonderful people, but I need to preserve energy. I'm not on my phone because it's taking energy. So I'm preserving. I'm refueling. Right? I'm refueling. These are different ways. Anushka, great question. Is there any research to show how long we can sustain high energy for at any one time? When I bring very high energy to an activity, I have to do downtime to regenerate. We all need that. The most attention we can all bring is 30 to 40 minutes, and that's reduced because of mobiles and technology. But you can do 30 to 4 minute energy investments and then take a 5-minute break. That's what I do. I go high intensity for 30 to 40 minutes, take a 5 to 10 minute break where I'm not looking at my phone. And that's the thing. Refueling in between is not looking at your phone, watching TV or watching YouTube. Refueling is just taking a moment to sit with yourself, to breathe, to meditate in between. 5 minutes every hour you could do meditation. 3 minutes every hour you could do meditation. 2 minutes every hour you could do meditation. I need refueling too. Like after this live, I'm going to be hungry because I'm giving you I'm literally giving you lives. When I'm on a Facebook Live, you get the most energy you'll ever get from me. Only in the Genius Group. And the interesting thing about it is that because you're getting so much more energy, after a live, I'm hungry. I need to refuel and re-energized. So I'll do a breathing exercise, right? That's what I'll do. Now, the other thing about energy that I won't do this week. Just that's all you need to do. So the task for this week is look at your day and tell me how you split up your time. Not how you want to, but how you do split up your time and how you give your energy. Which tasks are getting 100% energy, 50% energy, 0% energy. Split that up. That's all I'm asking you to do as homework for next week. Very, very simple. Look at a typical day in your life and make that breakdown. Right? Just make that breakdown. Jessica loves these examples. Brilliant. This is great, Viraj and Barbara. That's funny. You need food. Yeah, I need a nap. Awesome. Arjun is asking a question. How do you manage to be engaged if you're doing something you'd rather not be doing? You remember why you're doing it. I remember, I'll give you an example. I had a friend who told me he hated his job. He hated his job and he said to me, Jay, I want to quit. I said, well, let's explore why you are doing your job and you haven't quit yet. He went away and he realized that he stayed in his job because it provides and pays for his bills. And it lets him have a lifestyle where he gets to travel. I said, do you still want to quit your job? He said, no. I said, why? He said, because now I know why I'm doing it. You get engagement when you realize I'm doing this because I don't want to take the risk to try something new. I'm scared of trying the new. So I'm going to stay here, but I know why I'm doing it. So I still get engaged because I appreciate that it plays a role in my life. Now, if you say, no, I don't want to appreciate it, I want to change it, that's different. Then we have to focus on moving forward. But that first step is at least love what you do. Before you can do what you love, try to love what you do. And the way you love what you do is reminding yourself, why am I doing this? Why have I decided to do this? Right? Why have I decided to do this? When you remind yourself why you're doing something, you'll be okay with the what and how it's experienced. When you don't remind yourself why you're doing it, even if your why is just, this takes care of my family, even though I don't like doing it, like, I don't like cleaning up. I'm so busy with so many things, but I do it because I know that if my space is clean, my mind can be clean. If my space is clutter-free, I'll be clutter-free to be creative. So that's my incentive. That makes me want to create a clean atmosphere. Does that make sense? Yeah, does that make sense? So that's what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to answer your questions now for a few moments. If you have questions, please, please, please send them my way about what I've been talking about today. I've been asking questions in between, but I will be answering some of them now. So I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. Remember, guys, we're here for 12 months, so I will answer your questions. I'm going to start reading the ones that I can. Let's have a look at some of your questions that are coming in. Put a question mark, ask them. Does coffee break count as a break/refuel? Yes, it does. Coffee or tea. I choose herbal teas to refuel. Power naps are also a way. For me, it's breathing. Right? Who else is asking me a question? Any more questions from anyone here? How does one handle people with negative energy? You distance yourself. Or you spend less quality time, even if you have to spend quantity time. Notice the difference. You may spend 9 hours a day at work with people that are negative. It's quantity, but don't give your quality engagement. Don't waste your time in that conversation. Move away from it. Find a new group, right? Moving away. Any other questions for me, guys? Questions? Any other questions for me? Love this, says Cindy. Saroon says, I like your idea about this. Danny says, this session has been amazing. Thank you, Danny. How to increase your energy, says Krishnendra. Meditation is going to increase your energy. Eating at the right times and the same times every day increases your energy. Not increasing, we'll get onto this in the health area. Eating what's right for you, what energizes you at the right time of the day. Not having too heavy meals in the middle of the day, but enough to keep you going is a powerful way. Regular positive health brain snacks, nuts, dried fruits, etc. can keep you going as well. Okay, any questions for me? Declutter the flat. Jennifer, is there a way to know if I'm giving too much energy? Yes, great question, Jennifer. The way you know if you're giving too much energy is by looking at what is coming back and reciprocating from that. All right? Now, it's different with your kids because there are certain relationships, when we get into the family section, there are certain relationships where you give energy where you won't get anything back for a long time, and that's fine. And it's not about getting back, but it's like, are you feeling drained after giving energy? And when I say drained, I don't mean excited drained. Like when I finish these sessions, I may feel tired as well because I'm giving so much energy, but I don't feel drained. I feel happy. I'm so happy I gave myself. Right? So when you're giving yourself and you're challenging yourself, but then you come back and you're like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. Then that's when you know that you're giving too much energy. Vani, great question. When you're burnt out, what's the best way to get back the energy? Take a break. Step back, refuel, meditate is great. Breathing exercise, which we're going to do right now. All right. Another thing is refuel, hydration. People don't drink enough water today. Right. Hydration is huge. Kanao, Jay, please advise how to change perspective and giving 100%, but stress of another area persists in your mind. Yes. So that's why we're doing this circle of life, school of life. This is the school of life because one area may be going great and one area maybe not, but you have to look at it in perspective that, hey, I'm giving my energy to this. It's working. Do I want to take energy away from this and give it to this to help sort it out? Can I give little energy and start sorting out? Can I try it out? So you start experimenting with different types of energy, right? Different types of energy. Who else? How do you preserve your energy? You can't preserve energy. You can only refuel and it's energy. It's always flowing in, flowing out. You need to do more you can't really preserve it. You have to keep re-energizing. And it's like food, right? It comes in, goes out. You have to eat again. So to energy, you don't just preserve food. I mean, your body does preserve some foods and your energy does, but you still eat every day. Energy is the same. You have to eat every day. You have to meditate every day, eat at the same time every day, exercise every day. When you do these things every day, then you don't preserve, but it keeps coming, right? Just like food. This is amazing, guys. This is awesome. I love these comments. So I want you to tell me if you'd like to do a meditation right now. Write yes in the comments if you'd like to do a meditation right now, guys. We'll get rid of the negativity. A lot of questions about negativity. We'll do a meditation for negativity. How many of you would like to do a meditation? Right, yes, in the comments. We'll do a meditation together. Because I'm hearing a lot of people saying refuel. I'm hearing a lot of people saying re-energize. I'm hearing a lot of people saying negativity. What do you do when you realize the most time isn't the most energy? How do you change it? You focus on giving energy more than time. When I meet someone, I may give them 10 minutes of my time, but I give them my energy. Right? But notice, you give energy based on who deserves it. I'm giving my energy to all of you because you've committed. I'm reciprocating with your commitment. Crystal, how do you keep from feeling guilty when you say no to someone that wants your time, but you want time for yourself, or you want to spend on? Beautiful question. See, the way I do that, Crystal, is you know that you can't give your best time and energy to someone, so you know that it's better not to be with them and go back to them when you can. That is the best rule for self-preservation, right? So, if you're driving, you can still do the meditation by just doing it in your head. You don't need to do it. I promise you a meditation in every session. Right, let's do it together. Okay, ready for the meditation? Let's do it, guys. This is how we're going to end today's session. So just a quick recap before we meditate. Number one, you can have it all, just not all at the same time. I introduced you to the circle of life: personal, work, family, health, spirituality, right? The top 5 areas in your school, your circle of life. In those areas, we talked about how there's importance in splitting time and quantity, as well as energy and quality, right? Very, very important. And what we understand here is that the fourth is your task is to become aware, so that next week I can help you amend, and then we apply that and we keep doing that. Aware, amend, apply. Aware, amend, apply. So we don't get discouraged. We don't go, oh no, I've got it all wrong. See, what we do when we become aware is we freak out. When we become aware, we don't amend, we get paralyzed, right? We start analyzing. That's what we do. We got aware, and instead of me helping you move to amend, what you do is analyze. What that does is it wastes time, wastes energy, drains energy, and then you have to come to amend anyway, but by the time you come there, you're tired, right? So don't do that. When you become aware this week, you're going to analyze and you're going to stress and you're going to go, Jay, oh man, my life's falling apart. I'm not giving energy to the right things. Chill out. That's why you're here. You're in the right place to sort it out. Don't give me that, okay? Thank you, Vitalicia. All right, meditation time. Let's go. I've warned you. Let's go. Okay, close your eyes. I want you to find a physical space of comfort, calm, balance, ease, and peace. Just find a physical space of comfort, calm, balance, ease, and peace. Just focus on breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Notice the air actually coming through your nostrils. Become aware. Filling up inside your body. Breathing out through your mouth. And noticing the air as it leaves your lips. Actually feel it. Try that a few times. Whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to the sound of my voice. And bring back your focus and attention to feeling the air coming in through your nose and out through your mouth. Building a physical space of calm, peace, comfort, and ease. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Being aware. And notice how the air feels as it comes in and out of your body. Try that a few times, bringing your awareness to your natural, organic breathing pattern. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep doing that a few times, and whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to feeling the air coming inside of your body and leaving your body. Our lives are surrounded by negativity, whether it's from people we know, whether it's from people at work. Right now you can already start to hear and see those people. You're hearing those people and what they say to you at work. You can see them right now, and all those thoughts of dealing with all that negativity is flowing into your mind space. And all I'm asking you to do is, as they arise, is bring your awareness to your natural breathing pattern. As they try to take over your consciousness, reel yourself back in, bring your awareness and attention to your natural breathing pattern. No force, no pressure, just bringing your awareness, stepping back, bringing your awareness to feeling the air going in through your nose and out through your mouth and the lips. The more you can notice how subtle it is, the parts of your nose, the parts of your lips where you feel the air, the more focus you can provide to that which you can train, that which you are guiding. That negativity now is just a blur in the background. What rises to the foreground is your breathing pattern that you will now remember when you're at work, when you're out in the community, when you're in a social space. Anytime you become distracted by the negativity or the forces, you'll gently and softly bring back your awareness to your natural breathing pattern, bringing your awareness to feeling the air going in your nose, the air going out your mouth. No force, no pressure. Remembering that you have a pool of positivity in the Genius Group right here. The encouragement, the support, the positivity that you need is already here. You have created and committed to a community that provides you with the encouragement and support that you need. And that's in line with your breathing. It's in line with who you want to be. And you're able to give up. You're able to give up the focus on the negative energy. Breathe in and inhale positive energy through your nose. Exhale any negative and toxic energy. Breathe in positive energy through your nose. Exhale any negative and tension-filled energy. Breathe in powerful, empowering, positive energy through your nose. Exhale any negative, toxic, tension-filled energy. Really allowing your body to breathe out. Now extend that exhalation. Extend it to 3 or more counts. Just really pushing out any of that negative energy. Just really letting it go. Not forcing or pushing, but just letting go. Recognizing that energy is not needed in your space. The more you analyze it, the more it stays. Let it disappear. Let it go away. Be freed from it completely. Be freed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And when you're ready, in your own time, at your own pace, you can open your eyes, be present back in your space. I hope you feel great. I hope you feel amazing. We're doing these sessions on Sunday for most of the world because your week actually starts on Sunday. Your day starts the night before. Your year starts the night before. When we start our Sunday like this, or when we end our Sunday like this, or when you're starting your Monday like this, wherever you are in the world, that's starting your week with clarity, freedom, enlightenment. This is what you've committed to. This is what I've committed to. If you're watching on the replay, you get as much out of it as you do if you're here live right now. Again, I will be doing lives at times when different parts of the world can join. I promise you, I will commit to your growth. Keep committing to your own. I'm right here to help you. Please do your homework. I will put it out into the group with this post. Videos are coming. Make sure you're making the most of the membership site. There's 2 book notes in there. There'll be many more coming. You've already got access to the bonus videos, interviews right there with some of the greatest thinkers, including Deepak Chopra, Russell Simmons, Tim Ferriss, so many great minds. You've also got these sessions and meditations to watch and replay whenever you like. So grateful for your time today. I'll be doing a bunch of random lives again. I want you to do your homework. Your homework is to become aware of how your time and energy is spent over 24 hours, not including sleep. Get rid of sleep, the hours that you're awake, right? The hours that you're awake. You can count your sleep as health. So if you're sleeping well, so if you do 24 hours, count your sleep as health time. And notice that if you're sleeping well, that's actually helping a lot of your health. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. Share, so go on to back onto the group. Share what you learned today, what you gained from it. That's always great. Share what you're learning. Share what you've taken away. Because when you share it with others, when you teach it, that's when it's going to go deeper inside of you, right? Wandy says, wow, powerful. Thank you. I had a high blood pressure this morning and I feel so much better. Ricky says, bought Thinking Fast and Slow because of your book notes. Awesome. It's a fantastic book. You won't regret it. Andrea says, I love the visualizations. I received planets with Saturn rings today. Beautiful. And Tula says, I'm committing to you. Thank you. Susan says, thank you, Jay. We've had an amazing first week. We've just had 1 week, guys. This has happened in your life from 1 week. Imagine what's going to happen in 12 months. This is where it's going to happen. I love every single one of you. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a great week ahead of you. Love you all.